Hey everyone, ever get tired of constantly scrubbing algae off the glass of your aquarium? What if I told you there's a little dude that can help you with that? And he's surprisingly cute. Today, we're diving into the world of the Bristlenose Pleco. The Bristlenose Pleco, scientifically known as Ancistrus cirrhosus, is one of the most popular and beneficial fish you can add to your aquarium. They're known for their algae-eating prowess. They're relatively small size compared to other plecos, and of course, their distinctive bristles. Let's explore everything you need to know about keeping these fascinating fish happy and healthy. Let's start with their appearance. The Bristlenose Pleco is typically brown or dark gray in color, often with lighter spots or markings. What really sets them apart are the fleshy tentacles or bristles that grow on their head. These bristles are more prominent on males, and they're a key indicator of sex. Females may have bristles, but they're usually much smaller and less noticeable. Size-wise, Bristlenose Plecos stay relatively small compared to their larger pleco cousins. They typically reach a maximum size of around 4 to 5 inches. That's about 10 to 13 centimeters in length. This makes them a great choice for smaller to medium-sized aquariums. Speaking of aquariums, what's the ideal tank size for Bristlenose Plecos? I recommend a minimum tank size of 20 gallons, 75 liters, for a single Bristlenose Pleco. If you plan on keeping multiple plecos, or if you have other fish in the tank, you'll want to go larger. As for the setup, Bristlenose Plecos need a well-established tank with plenty of hiding places. Driftwood is essential, as they rasp on it for both food and shelter. Rocks, caves, and dense plant thickets are also great additions. They prefer a pH between 6.0 and 7.5 and a water temperature between 72 and 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 to 28 degrees Celsius. Good filtration is also important, as they can produce a fair amount of waste. While Bristlenose Plecos are excellent algae eaters, they can't survive on algae alone. They need a varied diet to stay healthy. Supplement their diet with algae wafers, sinking pellets, and blanched vegetables like zucchini, spinach, and cucumber. They also enjoy the occasional treat of bloodworms or brine shrimp. It's important to note that Bristlenose Plecos can be messy eaters, so be sure to remove any uneaten food from the tank after a few hours to prevent water quality issues. Bristlenose Plecos are generally peaceful fish and can be kept with a wide variety of tank mates. They get along well with most community fish, such as tetras, rasboras, gouramis, and peaceful barbs. Avoid keeping them with aggressive or territorial fish that may harass them. They can also be kept with other bottom-dwelling fish, such as corridor's catfish, but be sure to provide enough food and hiding places for everyone to avoid competition. As for snails and shrimp, they are typically left alone by Bristlenose Plecos. Breeding Bristlenose Plecos can be relatively easy in the home aquarium, provided you have a compatible male and female. The male will select a cave or crevice to use as a spawning site, and he will actively defend it. The female will lay her eggs inside the cave, and the male will fertilize them. The male will then guard the eggs until they hatch, which usually takes about 4 to 10 days, depending on the water temperature. Once the fry hatch, they will initially feed off their yolk sacs. After a few days, you can start feeding them finely ground algae wafers or vegetable matter. Removing the fry to a separate grow-out tank can increase their survival rate. Like all fish, Bristlenose Plecos can be susceptible to certain health problems. One common issue is fungal infections, which can be treated with antifungal medications. They can also be sensitive to poor water quality, so it's important to maintain a clean and stable environment. Another potential problem is starvation, especially in heavily planted tanks with limited algae growth. Be sure to supplement their diet with algae wafers or vegetables to ensure they're getting enough to eat.